Welcome to a world where you can learn about real life in a setting that is alive and growing just like you are. From everyday people who may never have teaching certificates, but all have
Use
something
this day to
valuable
learn
offer.
from or teach
In a
something
place
to
where everyone
someone
is a
near you.
student and everyone is a teacher. This is the One Room Schoolhouse.
Love to hear that. Buenos dias.
Buenos dias.
Let's see what you got. I love it. Good morning, friends at home. Thank you for joining us again. It's Friday. It is Friday. Can you guys believe we've already been in school a full week? Can you guys believe it? Hasn't it been so much fun?
Yes.
So listen, hold on one second, okay? Because I know you guys see what's behind me. I know you guys see we got some stuff back here, some instruments. That today's guest teacher, we don't have just one. We don't even have just two. I think we have 5 guest teachers coming in. The great thing about these guest teachers, they're all family. They're a family. So, before I introduce our guest teachers, I want us to stand up and let's do the Pledge of Allegiance with our friends at home. We're going to face our flag. Stand up next to your seats, fine. Hand over heart. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Alrighty, which one of my friends? Everyone have a seat, please, on your bottoms. Raise your hand if you would like to say the morning prayer. CJ, come on up, buddy. You haven't said the prayer yet, have you? Come on up next to me. And everyone close your eyes, hands together. You ready? Say it loud. Amen. Thank you so much. Do my friends up here need help moving in their bench? Okay, have a seat for me. All right, I can help you guys. These are good, sturdy benches, are they? Okay, so we have a lot of exciting things happening with our guest teachers. So we are... Yes, I can in just a minute, okay? So we are going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to introduce them in just a minute. But first, I thought we've been working really hard on these phrases. So let's show our friends at home. Parents, this is a great way if you need your kids' attention. This is a fun, great way to do it. So we're going to work on a few. And the last one, what happens? Closed and eyes up here, and we'll bring in our guest teachers. Okay, you guys ready?
Yeah.
All righty, let's see what you got. Flat tire. Scooby-Dooby-Doo. Hocus pocus. Hocus pocus. We are learning. Piece of pie.
Piece of cake.
Zip it, lock it.
Put it in your pocket.
Ready to rock.
Ready to roll.
Marco.
Polo.
Mona.
Lisa.
Mona.
Lisa.
Work hard.
All the time.
Oh, work hard. Do. Holy moly.
Guacamole.
Stop.
Cry away and listen.
I love it. And now we all sit quietly, whole body listening. I am so excited to introduce our guest teachers today. Like I said, we have more than one coming in. I'm very excited. I think they may be at the front door. Do you think they're here yet?
Yes.
my goodness. Well, hold on. Let's see if they're here yet. You guys welcome my guest teachers. Hold on. They can't come in unless you're ready. Let's welcome my guest teachers, the Annie Moses Band. Hello. Look at all my friends.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are y'all today? Yeah?
It is a beautiful morning outside.
Yes, it is.
Can you guys say hi to my friends at home? We have some friends at home
Hey.
watching.
Hello. Hello.
This is the Annie Moses Band, and I told our friends here that you guys are family.
We are.
We are.
Sweet.
We are a bunch of grown-up brothers and sisters.
Mm-hmm.
Do y'all have brothers and sisters?
Yeah.
You do? Do you have a bunch of them?
Yes.
Yeah? Do y'all make music together?
You do?
You do?
That's good.
Indy, I bet you make some music with your daddy, huh? Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, we're going to play some music for you guys today. Anybody here like bluegrass music? Yeah, bluegrass music is pretty fun. You can clap along to bluegrass music, but if you clap, you have to make sure you do a soft clap, because that way the people back at home still hear the song and not just
Ooh, I like
clapping. Okay, trade spots with me, sister.
All right. So this is a song that I wrote. It's a mandolin song, and it was for my grandpa. It's called Choctaw Cowboy.
You had some kids really mesmerized over here. They're all like,
So who can tell us what this instrument is right here? It's not quite a guitar. It looks like a guitar.
That's
A mandolin. That is
a
right.
mandolin.
Now, who can tell us what this one is?
Harp.
It's a harp. How many of you, this is your very first time to be in a room with a harp?
Wow.
Is this, yeah.
That's pretty cool.
It's pretty beautiful. This next song features the harp. And so you are very lucky because you know what? There are harps in heaven. Because the harp makes one of the most heavenly sounds in all of the world. So let's hear it. This is an old hymn called Shall We Gather at the River. And so in this song, you'll get to hear us play not more bluegrass, but a little bit more of a classical style, even though this is an old, old hymn. Are you good? Do we need
I
a tune?
think so.
Oh, woo, brought me to tears.
Who thought the harp was beautiful? Yeah, it's pretty beautiful.
It is very beautiful.
So we want to say hello and introduce ourselves. So my name is Annie, and I play the violin and sometimes a little bit of fiddle too, and I sing.
I'm Gretchen. I play the violin and the mandolin, which you just saw, and the guitar.
My name is Jeremiah, and I play guitar as well.
I'm Alex, and I play, looks like a violin, but it's actually a viola.
And I'm Benjamin,
Big violin.
and I play the biggest violin present. It's actually the violoncello, but we know it as the cello. So.
That's right.
And I'm Camille, and I play the
That's right. So we perform together as a family group called the Annie Moses Band. Can y'all say Annie Moses Band?
Annie Moses Band.
That's right. And it's called the Annie Moses Band because our grandma, Annie Moses was a woman who loved music, but she was very poor. And when she was living, she saw in her own daughter a great musical gift. And so she worked really hard so that her daughter Jane could study music. And then Jane grew up to be our grandma. And she passed music on to our mother Robin. And our parents moved to Nashville to become songwriters in Nashville. Did you know that there are a lot of songwriters in Nashville?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much everybody in Nashville is a songwriter at some point or other. So they became songwriters, and they had a bunch of children.
Right.
And when we were just your age, we started playing instruments. Do we have any 5-year-olds here today? Oh my goodness.
Actually, I'm 6.
6? But that's pretty close.
I'm almost 6.
Almost 6. Well,
I'm almost 6.
whoa. Well, I was 5 years old when I started to play the violin. And most of these folks, how old were you, Alex?
I was 4.
4. Benjamin was,
I was 4.
I was 4 too.
yeah.
Beat you by a year.
You beat me by a year. So, we are here today because we get to not only make music together as the Annie Moses Band, but one of the things that we want to do as a family is help young people and children and families do music together and do music successfully because, why do you think I would care about that? Anybody got an idea why? Why is it important that we make music? Tell me, why do you think?
Because the sound.
Well, the sound is beautiful, but why do you think? How many of you love to make something beautiful? Anything beautiful? Man, I like to. Yeah? And you know why we want to do that? Because God is a creator. And when God created the world, He said, "Behold, it is good. It is beautiful." And when He made all the men and all the women and all the boys and all the little girls, He put in our heart the desire to create beautiful things too. And so what we get the chance to do is to learn how to make beautiful music together to share it with other people. So that's part of what we're going to do today, and part of what we're going to tell the folks at home of just how we do that through the work of our school, the Conservatory of Annie Moses, and how we're partnering here with Hardison. So we're excited about that. But I want to tell you a little bit about the instrument. So who can tell me, what did Benjamin say the name of this instrument is again? Say it out loud. Just shout it out. What is it? Cello! That's pretty fun. Benjamin, would you play us something on the cello?
Yeah.
That was
It's called The Swan by Sasson. It's very famous.
You guys ever heard of the Carnival of Animals? It's a great classical piece that Camille Saint-Saëns wrote, and that was one of the animals in it.
Yes.
The swan.
Now, who can remember? This one's the hard to remember. Who remembers the name of this one?
What's the name of this one?
You tell us. You don't remember?
Who can say it? Who's shouted out? Do you guys remember? What is
Indy?
Indy?
It looks like a violin.
Yep, hers is a violin.
This one's a violin, but this one is a viola.
Viola.
Yeah.
Viola.
Y'all say viola.
Yeah.
Viola.
Viola. The viola is like the alto voice. So if you sing in a choir right there, some of the men sing tenor and bass. And then we've got altos. Normally that's a female voice, but it's low.
A low
this
female
is
voice.
The alto.
So in French, this instrument is called alto.
Yeah.
Is what they call it. Yeah, viola.
So he's going to play some for you.
Now that's a piece written by Johann Sebastian Bach. It's a little piece of it and he actually wrote it for the cello. But my strings are the same as the cello, so I can play cello music on my viola. So a lot of violists play the Bach solo cello suites. So you see my strings are an A, a D, a G, and C. Right? But I'm one octave higher than the cello, so it's one octave on the piano higher on my strings. And my strings are the same as the violin except for one. See, I have the C string, and Annie doesn't have it.
And I have the E string.
Right?
So
So we have three of the same strings, G and D and A, but she goes higher.
Now, what's the other name than a violin for this instrument? Yeah, who knows what it is? Tell me. Well, D is one of my notes. Yeah, what do you think we call the violin? What do we call the violin when it sounds like this? It sounds like country music, but what do we call it? Yeah. A fiddle. How many of you guys like fiddling? Ooh. Now that's what they call Irish fiddling. Because it comes from Ireland, it's called Celtic music. And then we've got more kind of American fiddling. And then we've got big time classical music. So we can do a lot of different things, a lot of different styles and sounds. But the violin has a little partner over here in bluegrass music, okay? So my partner is
the mandolin. So the mandolin is basically like a violin became a guitar. That's a mandolin. So I have all the same strings that the violin has, and all my fingers are the same as I would play on my violin.
but she has 2 of each string.
Yeah, look,
She has
look
8
really
strings.
close.
They're all doubled, and that means that when I move my pick, I play on either string, and that makes the sound happen. Right?
You play us something on the mandolin just yourself.
Goodness. Okay. Well, I played you a little bit of just straight up bluegrass a minute ago, right? So let's do something. This is a very famous piece, but y'all might not know it being so young.
Play some El Comanchero too.
Oh, Comanchero.
So the mandolin, we should tell them, so the mandolin didn't start in America. It actually comes from the Middle East,
Yep,
like from Arabia.
And
I have to think like
in the Middle East, they have mandolin
Orchestras.
orchestras.
that's right.
A whole orchestra just of mandolins, because there's a mandolin for every single string instrument.
That's right.
There's a mandolin like violin. There's a mandola like viola. There's a mandocello like the cello.
And a mando
And a
bass.
mando bass.
And Amanda bass.
They have their own
So
family.
the whole orchestra is just a mandolin. But this piece is from, where's it from? El Comanchero.
Spain.
Spain,
Okay.
I think. All right, here we go.
Hey.
It's pretty hard. It's pretty hard to not tap your foot to that, right? You want to just move.
Now this one right here, does the harp remind you of anything else? Any other instrument maybe you've seen? Tell me, what'd you think? You think it reminds you of a violin? Well, it's got strings. I don't know, Camille.
There's about 48 strings on this one. So these only have 4 or 8 on the mandolin. This has a lot of strings, just like the inside of a piano. So when you look in the inside of a piano, you'll see how all those strings go in that shape. This is like a piano standing up. And then on a harp, you also have all these pedals down here. You got a pedal for every string. So you can take any string through all the accidentals. So flat, sharp, natural, with the pedal.
Wow.
It's used in a lot of soundtracks. You'll hear a lot of pentatonic scales.
The
Does any-
magical sound.
Yes. So what is that called that you just did?
That's a glissando.
You always say glissando?
Glissando.
Glissando. Yes. The harp is very, very beautiful. Do you want to play us a little thingy?
Yeah.
Does anybody here play the piano? Yeah. I play a tiny, tiny little bit of piano. But Camille also is a very, very fine pianist.
I have a piano in my house.
Yeah. And you know what? When you look at harp music, it looks a lot like piano music because there's a treble staff and there's a bass staff because they play over the whole range, right? How many keys on a piano?
88.
88 keys. So this is like half?
Yeah,
Harp
so-
is like
so
half
this
a
is
piano?
like the piano without all the black keys. So this is just
Oh, I see.
Technically a C flat major.
I see. Well, learn something new every day.
How about, do you guys know what this instrument is?
Yep. So the guitar we hear all the time in all sorts of music. Yes.
My daddy has a guitar.
I bet. How many people have a guitar in their house? How many know a person who plays a guitar? I have always wished that I knew how to play the guitar.
It's
Yeah.
pretty
Because
fun.
it's pretty easy to just take it anywhere and sing any kind of song.
Well, on that, can I on that note, I
Yes.
have some questions coming in from our friends at home.
Sure.
Yeah.
Our friend Jael, hi Jael, wants to know, how did you decide which instrument you were going to learn to play?
This is a great question. So part of it was just God speaking to our parents. Our mother, when she was in college, really felt impressed of the Lord that when she had a little girl, that she should play the violin. And so when I started violin, she started me on violin just the week before my 5th birthday. And if you want to read that whole story, you can check out her book called The Song of Annie Moses, which kind of tells the whole range of that. But initially, she started me on violin, and then she started Alex on violin, and then quickly discovered that the fact that we were both on violin created a degree of discontent, because there was a degree of competition between us.
Who has a brother or a sister?
We
Do you guys have a brother or sister?
Anybody have a brother and a sister? Then
Do you guys ever fight with your brother or sister?
Yes.
Ever?
Yeah.
Well, so I'm even though I look really old, I'm younger than Annie.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm the
So
oldest.
I was always 2 years behind Annie. And do you guys ever like doing something second with your brother or sister?
Being second place all
Not
the
really,
time.
right? So I was little, I was 8 or 9. I was like, hey, you know what? I'm tired of learning all the old pieces Andy just learned. So my parents said, you know what? You should switch to viola. That's what we decided. So then I started viola.
Yeah, so by the time Ben came along, Mama knew that Benjamin was a more low-key person and that he needed a more relaxed instrument.
Annie's a little
of
bit
sorts.
high-strung.
Truly. I'm a very type A oldest
Violinists
child.
tend to be a little high-strung. So.
And so Benjamin's went on cello, and Camille is the 4th, and Camille could have played any instrument because she's really smart, and she even played a little violin at the beginning, but the piano and the harp were her instruments, and that was wonderful because my parents chose instruments that allowed us to play together, right? If we all played guitar, or we all played violin, or we all played the same instrument, we could still play some tunes together, but it wouldn't be the same way as each of us having a place, a musical place where we have a special thing that only we do. And so that was true for you, I guess. When did you started violin when you were 4, but when did you start mandolin?
I started mandolin when I was 9. So we thought that it would be a really fun idea to add on the mandolin since it was like the violin, but kind of had a different flair to it. And then I started guitar when I was 14. So kind of a good gap.
Yep.
And
then
it's a great idea when you're picking an instrument, those at home. Instruments are easier or harder based on the learning style of a child. So, stringed instruments have no frets, right? Compared to like the mandolin has frets, or a guitar that has frets, or a piano. So like stringed instruments, if you're an aural learner, it requires a high degree of aural sensitivity to hear intonation and other things like that. Whereas if you're a kinesthetic learner and you love to do things and be more active, the guitar or the drums or piano can be a good choice. Or a visual learner, Camille's a visual learner, and so like the harp and the piano were great fits for her because you see her strings are laid out right there in white, red, and black.
We've got red,
it's
red, black, and white
so
on the strings. So you
every
know where
instrument
you
has
are.
a different, unique gift and way of playing it that you can strategize for your child.
Yeah. And then like Jeremiah, my parents started on the violin or on guitar, and one of the reasons was because Jeremiah really liked to sing. And it's really nice when you sing to be able to accompany yourself, right? Like I love to sing, and I'm sorry, I just whacked my lav. I'm sure that sounded horrible. But I can't really sing great songs and play at the same time. I can do one or the other. So when Jeremiah came along and he liked to sing, they said he should play the guitar because then he can accompany himself and he can write songs and sings the songs he writes. So that's how we chose our instruments and started playing together. Now that we do a great deal of work teaching and helping other families to train their own children musically, this is a really big thing. Because most of the time people want to make music together. Did you know that pretty much nobody said, you know, I want to make music so that I can be alone by myself with just me making music? Nobody ever said that, right? We always are making music so that we can be with another person, so we can jam together, or we can play music for the audience. So you want always to have the opportunity to make music together, and for your music to be really meaningful, not just some piece I play by myself in my practice room that nobody really wants to hear. You know, we want our music to be something that blesses people. So that's a goal that my parents made, and they were very smart in that because it made us want to keep making music together. Let's play a tune. Can we play a tune? Yeah. Could we play, I know we didn't play on it, can we play Toss the Feathers?
Yeah.
Let's play Toss the Feathers, but let's skip the drum solo since there's no drummer.
It's a good idea.
Okay?
Okay. This is that Irish fiddle tune Annie played you a little bit of a minute ago.
You can even find the beat in this.
You know what they used to make strings out of? You know what? They used to make strings out of cat gut.
That's pretty yucky.
Now they're metal, but the technology in these instruments is very, very old. Yeah.
That's a nasty thought.
We'll talk about it later.
something fun today, and I thought we might give somebody a little violin lesson. Maybe somebody who's never played the violin before. Who might like to play the violin today? Yeah, you think so?
I want to.
You want to? Let's do you, Isaiah, and then you come up. The little girl in the cowboy hat.
Isaiah, you too.
Both of you come up real fast. Did we bring 2 little minis with us?
I think so.
Go find that other one.
Okay.
Come here. Can you guys tell us your names?
My name's Autumn.
Autumn, and what's your name?
Isaiah.
Isaiah. Wow, well, very nice.
This is a real violin.
This is a real violin, and you know what? Both of these violins, we made a little boo-boo when we came in today because both of our little minis, we managed to bring 2 little minis that don't have any chin rests. We're supposed to have a little chin rest, but you can still play without it. It's just that we haven't played these in a long time because I'm really big now, right? I need a big violin now. So we have 2 little minis without chin rests, which isn't quite normal, but it's okay because we just grabbed the little minis we had in the house.
Where's the string for that to do that?
You want to pluck it? You want to pluck them? Yeah, you want to do it?
Here's the other one.
Yeah. Do you play an instrument, Isaiah? What do you play?
Well, I kind of play. Well, I play drums, piano, and the guitar.
Oh my goodness, you're the triple threat. 3.
I wanna play a trumpet, a violin, and a harp.
Oh.
She's covering
The whole thing. You want to go over there and give the harp a little gliss? You want to go do it? I know, it's really fun to touch the harp. Do it. Whoa!
That's pretty cool.
It's really fun to touch the harp. Okay, come over here, Autumn. So y'all are, I'm going to put the violin under your arm for just a minute before we do our first little lesson. So, we have something that we just started called the Annie Moses method. Do you know what a method is?
No.
So a method is a way that you decide to learn something. And so the Annie Moses method is how we teach very young children your age to learn how to play the violin. So when I was little, I started with a method called Suzuki method. And Suzuki method is a really wonderful method. But when I got older, we went to a school called the Juilliard School. Do you know what the Juilliard School is? Do you know what the Olympics are? Do you know what the Olympics are for athletes?
I think, but I'm
You
not
think so?
sure.
It's kind of like the World Championships.
Yeah.
So going to Juilliard is sort of like the World Championships of classical places, classical schools. So we worked really hard and we learned a lot of things there that we wanted to share with other people, especially all of you parents who are at home and maybe you live in rural areas where you can't access great, high-quality string teaching for the very young. Or sometimes you have a teacher, but you feel like you have holes in the technique that you're learning. So the Annie Moses method is designed that you can do it on its own. You can do it at home without a teacher. You can do it with a teacher. You can do it incorporated with Suzuki if you're doing Suzuki. But this is just a super, super tiny little short nugget. Gretchen, put that instrument down because we need 2 hands. All right. Autumn, you're going to be over there with Miss Gretchen, okay? And she's going to help you keep that on. And you, Isaiah, are going to be right here with me. Okay. Now we're going to put it up here on the shelf.
All right.
This is what my teacher called the shelf. Now, can you turn your head toward the violin? Yep, like put your nose right over this, like you're looking.
Right on the violin.
Yep, almost. Look like this. Watch for me. If you go, can you see where the camera is over there? Look right there at the camera. Yep. Now we're gonna put your head right there. Now, can you turn your eyeballs right there? Good. And then you put your hand right here. Very good. That looks nice. Now, can you turn this foot underneath your violin? Yeah. Oh my goodness, you're a pro already. Very good. Now we're going to learn this technique called pizzicato.
Pizzicato.
Y'all say it.
Pizzicato.
Pizzicato, yes.
Say it with an Italian accent. Pizzicato.
Like pizza.
That's right.
Pizza, pizzicato. Now, we're going to learn that. So you're going to put your thumb, look here, Isaiah, right here. Yep. This is called the fingerboard because it's the board that your fingers go on. And you're going to take this finger right here. And let's practice our first pluck.
All right, are we ready on the E string?
Yep, ready? 1, 2, 3. Whoa! Now let's see if you can do it by yourself. 1, 2, 3.
Oh.
Good. You have that good drummer rhythm over there with that. 1, 2, 3.
Go.
Oh, you guys think we can do it together? 1, 2, 3. Oh, that was good. Now, we're going to play this really famous song.
That's
With
the
the-
part.
Keep your thumb right there. Wait a minute. So what you guys are saying is my friends Isaiah and Autumn are going to play with you guys?
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
This is the fastest little violin lesson you'll ever do.
Get ready to listen to our friends.
So there's one spot for your note. You're going to know where it comes. You'll know
Okay?
what song it is.
So this is
okay?
a song called Pop Goes the Weasel. Has anybody know that song? Do you think some of you could sing along while we play? Yeah. Let's see if we can start.
Don't do the pop. They're going to do the pop.
They
okay?
get to do the pop, okay?
On their pluck.
You all ready?
You ready? So on the
Yeah.
E string. We start
Here
on
we go.
D, Annie?
Yep, open D. 1, 2, ready. That was pretty good. Yeah? Now, let's get ready. Autumn, are you going to do the pop too this time? Yeah? If you want to help her, Gretchen, yeah? I will play along. 1, let's do it again. Ready? Go. Yay! Now, are you all going to applaud for them? Didn't they do a good job?
That was good.
That was very good. Y'all want to do it one more time?
Yes.
Do you think you could make it even a bigger, louder pop?
Now look, you got when you pluck, you can't just pluck it like this,
You
right?
can't just go,
You have to pluck like.
whoa, big arm. You think you can do a big arm? Let me see it, Isaiah. Let me see you do a. Oh, whoa! We even got some showmanship. Let me see you do yours, Autumn. Oh, that was good. Let's get ready. 1, 2, last time. Take a bow. Woo! Very good. You know what? At the end, we will do a little bit more. Would y'all?
At the end, we'll let everybody have a
Does that
turn,
sound like
okay?
fun?
Is that good?
For everybody
All right, we'll
getting
all
to
do it.
play a little bit. So one of the things that you can think about at home, for those of you that are homeschoolers or you're thinking about incorporating music into your family life, like I have 4 children. Alex has 4 children.
Mm-hmm.
Benjamin has 2 little girls. Camille has 3 children. And so we're all kind of learning anew how to do what we tell people to do all the time. How do you actually go about practicing with your children at home? And sometimes that's hard. How many of you think it's hard to practice? Yeah, it can be hard to practice. So one of the biggest things is not being alone. So music is very, very hard, and music is really only successful with the very young when there is one person who is seeing to it that all the ingredients for success are in place. And normally that's a parent. And for us, it was a really amazing thing because our parents spent a lot of time with us practicing, but that was an opportunity for our parents to show to us love. And music became a language of love that we experience together. And when we make music together as the Annie Moses Band, it's just overflowing from the love that we experienced together with our parents when we were learning to make music at the very beginning. Mm-hmm. So the Annie Moses method is our desire to enable other parents and children to experience that same thing. We also found that in most places across America, particularly in small towns, it's very, very hard to find really good string teaching. Mm-hmm. And in a time where you should be able to learn almost anything anywhere in the world, we wanted to enable people to learn the very, very best technique, the technique that we learned at the highest levels of conservatory training. And so that's what the Annie Moses method is about. So you can, I don't know where there are links to see that.
It's on the description.
Yep, okay. AnnieMosesMethod.com. You can get more information about that. Mm-hmm. Benjamin, tell them about these next few songs.
Yeah, these next few songs are part of an album that we did for your age. Mm-hmm. It was inspired by our own kids, and we wanted to make an album of short scripture songs. How many of you know how important scripture is? Right? Scripture is very important. And these scriptures that we chose specifically because they are all scriptures that tell us something about the character of God, that God is love, that God cares about you, mm-hmm. That God is faithful. So we're going to share a few of those scripture songs with you from the album, What Every Child Should Know About God.
Right. So that project, What Every Child Should Know About God, there's 2 of them. One is the joyful album, which is kind of upbeat songs, which are the ones we're going to do now. But then there's also a peaceful album, which is just great for bedtime and great for times of the day when you want your children to be maybe more at rest.
Yep.
All right, take it away, Gretchen.
Go.
In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. In the beginning, God created the sun and the surf. And in the beginning, God created the in the beginning, God created everything. In the beginning, God created the bitty snail. In the beginning, God created the great giant whale. And in the beginning, God created the red dragonflies and the bright yellow bees. In the beginning, God created everything. In the beginning, God created the big bearded goat. In the beginning, God created the fast antelope. And in the beginning, God created the Garden of Eden and Adam and Eve. In the beginning, God created you and me. So that's an important one. So y'all say it. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. It's one of the most important lines that have ever been written, is that you know that God created everything.
Right. Would you guys mind answering a question
Yeah,
before
sure,
you
yeah.
click on? Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Our friend Nora at home wants to know, how hard is it to learn the harp?
Well, I would say every instrument it takes a lot of work to learn. Now, harp is three-dimensional in the sense that you are playing both hands together and playing your feet. Right? So, you have to learn all tricky, but you can learn it with work. So,
Yes.
Like all instruments, hard work is required.
yeah, that's true.
Yes, that is true. But I will say that the harp, this is a pedal harp, but you start on a baby harp.
On a
Tell them,
lap harp.
yeah, tell them about a lap harp, because I don't really
Yeah,
know.
so a lap harp has levers, and they make basically the strings go to sharp, and so you'll
Yeah.
play Celtic or
The,
folk music
yeah, the
on that
levers
first.
the levers are up here, and
Yeah, so you change it up here,
and
and it starts on a lap harp. It's on a pedestal, so you can start when you're itty bitty.
yeah, which is really, it's a very, very cool thing, and you can play a lot of music on a Celtic
Yeah, a lot
harp.
of people never actually go to a pedal harp. So like in Ireland, they play a lot of Celtic harp.
Yeah, it's a good way to begin.
Nice.
Any more questions?
Oh, yes. Does anyone here have, I think my friend Aiden back there has a question for you.
A long time ago when I was 3, 4, or 5, I used to play a guitar, and I used to play a little bit of it,
Are you going to get back on it?
but somehow it's gone, and then we had piano, and now it was too old, so we had to get
Well, sometimes it's hard to decide, isn't it? You know, like sometimes you have an instrument around and it's hard to decide what you're going to focus on. But it's really important to make music. Yeah, did you have one back there, little man?
my sisters and brothers
Yeah. Oh, that is very, very good.
Ezekiel comes from a big family. So
Oh,
I think
that's
you're
good.
inspiring Ezekiel and Caleb, our brothers, to maybe create a
Oh.
family band. Which I think if y'all are going to do it, we have some friends who are maybe going to help us out and teach us a few things.
Yes, yes.
Do you guys want to talk about that?
Yes, I do. But I think while they're getting that set up, let's play. You want to play Draw Near to God, or you want to play? No, let's play God Cares About You. How many of you know that one of the most amazing things in everything, right, is that God cares about you? God cares about you. You know, how many of you know what coronavirus is? Have you heard about coronavirus? Have any of you had to wear a mask? Oh my goodness. And you know what's so important is that it's so important to remember that no matter what is happening in all of the world, that God sees every single person and that God cares about you. And it's a really important thing. So this is a little bitty song. It takes about 1 minute to sing. And then we'll talk about what we're doing here at Hardison's, right? Cast your cares upon God, because He cares about you. Cast your cares upon God, because He cares about you. He cares about you. He cares about you. God cares about you. Cast your cares upon God, because He cares about you. Cast your cares upon God, because He cares about you. Can y'all sing it with me? Cast your cares upon God, because He cares about you. Sing, He cares about you. He cares about you. He cares about you. God cares about you. Cast your cares upon God, because He cares about you. Because He cares about you. God cares about you. Great.
That was beautiful. That was beautiful. That was awesome. What did you guys think? Should we keep them forever?
These are challenging times for children and for parents everywhere. Remember that school doesn't just have to be in a building with teachers and desks. School can and should happen everywhere. This program is made possible thanks to the generous support from the Dottie Frist Foundation, the Happy Davis Foundation, Heart Utilities, and viewers like you.